I guess basically, everyone just put their hands on the little slider and anyone can just start asking questions. And you just kind of like let it guide you.
Okay, you want me to ask a question?
Yeah.
Are you a woman or are you a man? Tell me no one's pushing this and I'll freak out.
I'm not pushing it.
I'm not pushing it. Shut up.
Hi, I'm Katie Olson.
And I'm Rebecca Edwardson.
And we're here on the beautiful campus of Susquehanna University.
Looks like your pretty typical college campus. Friendly people, good atmosphere, but it gets a little eerie when the sun goes down.
Rumors have been flying about ghosts and other sorts of paranormal activity right here on campus, and we wanted to find out the truth.
So we've teamed up with SU Paranormal to find out the scoop about the after hours at Susquehanna University and to see if ghosts really do exist.
So come along for the ride, if you dare.
SU Paranormal is a student-run club at Susquehanna University that is dedicated to finding out the truth about paranormal activity on campus. We were fortunate enough to be given the opportunity to speak with some of the group's officers and gain the knowledge to embark on an adventure of our own.
We go out, we just educate ourselves and each other on different aspects of the paranormal, and we go and do different investigations and just, I guess, kind of see for ourselves what's out there.
With SUP, you get a group of like-minded people that are willing to go to these places and actually conduct experiments and investigations to actually see what is out there.
My goal is to see if ghosts exist. And we go to places on campus and we're trying to go to places off campus just to basically investigate whatever we can. If we hear a rumor that, oh, this place might be haunted, we go and we see if we can find anything. We've been to Weber, that's the main place we've been, and we're trying to go to places like the Alumni House, Cybert we'd love to do, the sorority house Kappa Delta we'd love to do, and Dig Theater, we'd love to do that too.
Many students at Susquehanna have had first-hand encounters with some of the ghosts that haunt the campus. But why exactly is Susquehanna so haunted? We learned that there are such things called ley lines that may be the cause of such high paranormal activity around campus.
Pretty much what the ley lines are is the belief that, like, you know, tectonic plates, how you have like shifts and lines all across the world that are always like changing. Well, it is that you have like energy moving around the globe in the same way, and they intersect at certain areas. And in those areas they intersect, you get a increased haunting and paranormal activity. And it's believed that Susquehanna is a spot where a lot of ley lines cross.
A lot of the places on campus are supposedly haunted, or they have ghosts that walk back and forth between buildings.
In addition to the places mentioned before, it is rumored that the Blau-Weiss Library and the freshman dorm Hassinger Hall, as well as several other buildings on campus, are also haunted. In order to prepare for our own excursion, we attended one of SU Paranormal's meetings to learn a little bit more about ghost hunting procedures.
We get together about an hour before and we go over what rooms we're going to cover in the building, say for example Weber, and we split off into groups. We get everything together, such as cameras, flashlights, extra batteries.
We map out where the groups, we split up in groups of 2, and we say who's going to be in what room at what time and when to switch. And then we meet up every so often to talk about what we find.
We were also lucky enough to see a demonstration of how some of their ghost hunting equipment works.
This is just an ordinary digital voice recorder, and there's this thing that ghost hunters do called looking for electronic voice phenomena, called EVP for short.
If we're doing an EVP, we're usually sitting still when we do an EVP, and we just sit the recorder down and we just talk.
You ask questions and you leave a lot of silence, and sometimes you get voices back, but you don't hear it at the time, you hear it when you play the recording back.
We heard a few interesting things like a cat meowing and a little girl laughing.
A K2 EMF detector, it detects electromagnetic fields, and it's believed that ghosts can set those off if they're manifesting, and it's usually used to just go up to electronic objects and see it goes up all the way with this microwave.
Before we went ghost hunting ourselves, we wanted to hear a little more about what a paranormal experience is actually like.
Yeah, it's actually kind of scary. It is scary, and when I go in there, I don't like the dark. So I like a really bright flashlight. But usually when we go in, it's nervous. You don't know what you're going to find, if anything. So you go around. We essentially, so for example, in a hallway in Weber, we just walk back and forth, taking pictures. We take at least a couple hundred pictures in a hallway. And if we see something, say if we see an orb or we think we see something moving, we just take constant pictures of that place.
So here we are at one of the graveyards in Selinsgrove, and after meeting with SU Paranormal, we decided that this would be the best place to go if we wanted to encounter a ghost. So we've learned the rules, the regulations, we're going to follow the certain procedures, we've learned all these different techniques, and we're going to go try and meet some ghosts tonight.
I'm scared actually. I'm really scared. I'm kind of bummed out. I just don't want anything to haunt me for the rest of my life.
Usually at the end of an investigation, we have a general saying, and that usually goes, if anything wants to follow us, you stay.
Usually you can get a couple bright spots called orbs, and when you look at those later through on like a computer or something, and you can zoom in, you can tell whether it's dust or whether it might actually be something.
Are you a woman or are you a man? Tell me no one's pushing this and I'll freak out.
I'm not pushing it.
I'm not pushing
I'm
it.
not pushing it. Shut up. I'm gonna go with it's trying to be a W, so I'm gonna go with she's a woman. Yeah. I'm thinking.
Are you a woman?
Are you a woman?
Shut up.
Ew, no, I did not even push that. That freaks me out. That freaks me out. Rob is going to tell us what we're going to do in Weber Chapel right now.
And we're going to try and have an experience with the Ouija board.
Let's do it.
Dun dun dun.
No, dun, dun, dun. We can't. Whoa.
What candle?
Hi, camera.
Yeah.
That room is pretty creepy.
Whoa. This is so creepy.
Are there any spirits in here? Put your hands on the board. Get some energy. Are there any spirits in here?
So we were, walking around, holding the camera, like our hands were freezing, and, we were like all, huddled together in the group around the Ouija board, and we walked by a crematorium, and it just like, the air around us was like so heavy and really cold, and I don't know, you was sensing all these ghosts. It was weird.
Well, at first I was kind of skeptical because I didn't really know these people and we're kind of going in blindly, but at the meeting we learned so much. I couldn't even believe it. All the stories they had about ghosts and the different experiences they've had, it was kind of like we just had to experience it for ourselves.
Word was so creepy. I didn't believe it at first. I didn't think it was going to work. And then when we were up at the graveyard, we all had our hands on it and we were asking questions like what the ghost's name was, what year were they born, when did they die, and the thing started moving. It was freaking me out. I had to stop. Once we got to Weber, I took charge of the camera and the battery died. It was fully loaded and the ghost sucked out all of the energy from the camera.
Personally, for me, the whole ghost hunting experience was a little freaky, but it was really cool. When we were in Weber Chapel, that was definitely by far the weirdest that we ever came across. We definitely got in touch with a ghost, and it was a she. Her initials were EJ. She did have kids, and she was supposedly from the year 1476. So it was weird, but I would definitely do it again, I think. It was really cool.